Get ready, because the first race of the 2010 Chase for the Sprint Cup Championship right here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Sylvania 300 is green.
Jimmy Johnson 3 wide already.
Trying to get under Marcus Ambrose. And the great start for the 12 of Brad Keselowski. Whoa, Burton lights him up going into 3.
Well, Jimmy taking some chances here in these first few corners.
3 wide. Man. It's Regan Smith on the high side. Marcus Ambrose in the middle. There's Jimmy. Here comes Ryan Newman as well. The view from Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick right there in this mix too. Here's Tony Stewart trying to get 5 bonus points right from the start.
Does it surprise you? As fastest pretty much all weekend long. Qualified 3rd. Here he goes shooting around for the front spot. Meanwhile, further back, Jimmy Johnson has gotten around Ambrose. And there's Harvick right behind.
And Jimmy being extremely aggressive early.
On board with Kevin.
Well, the start of this race and these restarts are the most tedious for these drivers because the air pressures are low. There's not a lot of grip in this racetrack. Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick being very aggressive from the start, though.
Johnson's up to 22nd. How about Ryan Newman as he is marching up with him there? Newman in the 26th position right now. Mark Martin right behind that group. And what a difference a year makes.
Yeah, Mark's last win was right here last year.
Jimmy Johnson 3 wide again.
He is really squeezing. That's Denny Hamlin right underneath him. There's your 1st and 2nd seeds. And Casey Mears is on the high side.
Gosh, man, look at this.
Right below, contact. Hamlin gets in the quarter panel. And look at Harvick goes down low, and he may pick up a couple of spots.
Looks like Denny Hamlin may have got the worst of that. His left front fender may have gotten some damage from it.
Well, DJ, you were right. You said risk versus reward. You would be willing to take the risks. These guys are going for it early.
I'll tell you, yeah, you can do all that talking that you want, but when you strap in there, you're thinking about going to the front.
Remember one of the guys we talked about outside the chase that could play the role of spoiler? Look,
McMurray just moved Boyer.
Jamie McMurray says, I don't care if you're in the chase, Clint. I'm going around you.
You know, NASCAR doesn't say anything to these other drivers that aren't in the chase about staying away from these guys. This is just wide open racing. You know, these guys are here for a reason, too.
You know, I knew the gloves were going to be off when this chase started, but man. Yeah, Clint's been chewing away at both of the leaders, both of the top 2. A couple of tenths a lap. I mean, his car really working good on the bottom of the racetrack. See right here now, he's kind of bearing down on Montoya. Montoya probably let him go.
You think?
Well, he's going to have to, whether he likes it or
not. I don't know. Montoya's always wanted to race pretty hard, but you can see he does give that spot away. When a guy runs you down from about a half a straightaway back.
Whoa! We have contact on the wall, the 82 of Scott Speed, and he has not been feeling well. In fact, Eric Almirola took care of final practice for him yesterday. He had some kind of virus.
Yeah, see some places on his left side tires like he's had some contact with another car. That may have caused this.
So not only did he feel poorly coming into the race, he feels really bad right now.
Yeah, that's too bad. Awful early.
Our first caution comes out on lap number 26. Let's go back and take a look, see if we can see what happened. Oh, we got help.
Looks like Bobby Labonte may have helped him around just a little bit.
He got that damage as the car went by him then. Looks like he might have got just into the right door and around into the inside wall.
Unfortunately. Here we go. First round of pit stops. Tony Stewart brings him down pit road. And let's send it to Vince.
Tony Stewart likes his car so far. He says it's got good forward bite. They're going to give him 4 fresh tires, make a slight air pressure adjustment for the leader, Tony Stewart. Now, the 33 car, Clint Boyer, has been good as well. He says it takes off a little bit loose, but it comes in. They're going to go with 2 tires on the 33, Jamie.
And your pole sitter, Brad Keselowski, #1 pit box for him. He's saying he just has no side bite. Right side tires is the call. He's down and away. Let's see how he hangs in there, Marty.
Oh, yes, the Longhorn Steakhouse race off pit road. Clint Boyer picks up a spot. McMurray picks up 3. Look at Jimmy Johnson taking 2 tires. His crew picks up 6 spots, puts him in the top 10. Oof, that is huge. Pace car pulls off. Let you know Jimmy Johnson has picked up 10 spots on the track himself. 5 courtesy or 6 courtesy of his pit crew, and we're back under green.
Let's see if Jimmy Johnson's going to be as aggressive on this restart as he was at the start of this race.
There you can see him in the fourth row back there.
McMurray fighting hard to try to keep the lead here. Just a nose out in front of Clint Boyer.
Keselowski wants to get in this mix as well. Remember, he started on pole for today. There's Carl Edwards, David Ruderman right behind them. Then Kyle Busch, A.J. Allmendinger, and Jimmy Johnson.
Look at McMurray really drive the car down in the corner hard.
Yeah, you can see that Hurts in there getting back to the throttle. Boyer got back to the gas and made a nice run off the corner.
Here comes McMurray back.
He's got the inside line, heading down into 3. Can he make it stick this time?
Jamie McMurray's trying to continue a fantastic season he's had so far. A couple of big wins at Daytona 500, Brickyard 400.
Two good non-chase racers right there with Brad Keselowski and David Ruderman. As we said, 6 of the top 10 qualifiers were not in the chase. And here we go on board with Carl Edwards.
Well, we see all these cars up front that took 2 tires. And if you're not one of the cars that took 4 tires, it's going to take some patience right now to be able to have a car that you can compete with later because they're way back in traffic. You see Tony Stewart now trying to fight his way back up.
Yeah, and as a driver, you really just have to, as you said, Andy, be extremely patient here because here you were pretty much running away from the field, and now you're mired back in traffic.
But here's what's going to happen. If we run another 25 or 30 lap segment, you'll see the cars that took 2 take 4. There'll be an opportunity for Tony Stewart, Jeff Burke, some of the cars that took 4 tires to take 2 tires and kind of reverse the roles on all these guys. So just takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, we've all been asked all week long, can you win this chase and win the championship without winning a race for the entire year? And we're looking at 2 guys that haven't won. There's Jeff Gordon on the left, and there was Carl Edwards, but neither one of these guys have won. But yes, they could possibly win this championship without it.
Oh, no, a crash with the 47 of Ambrose and the 98 of Paul Menard.
Caution now, caution.
Second caution on lap number 40 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
It's like both of these cars escaped real damage. Just spun out there, maybe some contact between them.
They were running for 18th position on the track at the time of the contact. There is no one lap down, so there'll be no lucky dog. We do have 3 cars that have gone behind the wall. We'll update you on that. McDowell, Castle, and of course, Scott Speed.
We got a little bit tire up.
See the tire mark on the 47. Let's go back, take another look.
Ambrose diving in the corner.
Gets a little bit loose down on that very bottom. There is no banking down there.
Yeah,
and
Paul,
this is typically what you'll see at Loudon.
Yeah, Paul didn't give him a lot of room either, and that's
nice
somewhere you
move.
need it.
Nice move by Mark Martin to avoid this. Watch this from on board. Quick, let's go up high. Green flag flies again. Here we go.
Jamie McMurray just beat Clint Boyer to the line right there, which you can't do. Boyer was the leader of the race. We'll have to see about that.
Let's update you on one position or one person. Scott Speed has been treated and released from the medical center. And the battle for up front continues between McMurray and Boyer. Checking also, remember last time we checked in on Kevin Harvick, you'll notice at the top of the screen, he's running right now in the 18th position. So he's picked up a few spots, courtesy of a lot of those guys that decided to pit.
Like Murray just overdrove turn 1 enough for Clint Boyer to sneak underneath.
Whoa. You see Jimmy a little sideways on the exit of turn 2 there.
That's Allmendinger, Johnson, Biffle, Kyle Busch from 6th on back.
3 wide going into turn 3.
Leads on the right side, pretty much straight line, but Biffle's got his hands full trying to get underneath Kyle Busch. Whoa, looks awfully close there, almost slid up on him.
Yeah, and that's the trouble that you have trying to get down into these corners when you're trying to complete a pass. There's no banking down on that very bottom part of the asphalt. The car will get extremely loose. See Gordon and Harvick in this.
Gordon's on the apron.
Yeah, remember that these guys all have fresh tires. On the 31 of Burton, Gordon's got fresh tires. Logano, there they go around Harvick. He's in the middle of this meat sandwich. Kenseth right behind Harvick. There is Clint Boyer, your race leader. He has now led 133 of our 169 completed laps. Behind him is Jamie McMurray, the only non-chaser in the top 10. It's Edwards, Burton, Stewart, Denny Hamlin, Johnson, Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch. That rounds out your top 10. Now, Kevin Harvick has worked his way up to the 16th position, but it has been a battle. Take a look at what happened right as we went to break.
See Harvick trying to get around David Rudiman. That's one way of doing it. Put that bumper into his left rear quarter panel.
Yeah, David Rudiman didn't like it too much, though.
Another view from the onboard. And then David's reaction going down the backstretch was...
Hey, dude.
And it kept it there for quite a while.
Yeah, Rudiman wasn't waving back there to the 16. You can see waving. That was to Harvick. But, yeah, that's part of this type of racing right here. You don't like it if you're the guy getting bumped, but sometimes your driver trying to go forward, the guy's not giving you enough room, you got to use that bumper.
Our race leader is Clint Boyer, and he has led a total of 168 laps. Points leader right now would be Denny Hamlin. He's currently running 5th. And the highest running chaser, obviously, is Clint, and the lowest is Matt Kenseth in 21st, about to go potentially a lap down. Let's listen in on Clint Boyer's strategy. I'm sorry.
We're the 12th seat. Nobody expects us to do anything, and that's something that we can use to our advantage. We can go out and have fun, race as hard as we possibly can, take every gamble, risk as we possibly can, and just, go for it.
Crew chief, I love how Shane Wilson, the crew chief of the 33, said, now we got to just make sure we don't screw it up. They have been very confident today, but they have also been coaching the 33, Clint Boyer, keeping his spirits up because he's concerned about the way the car handles on restarts. Listen to this radio.
Are we halfway? Yeah, we're lap almost 200. You got to go to the lap I tell you to make it to the end, okay? This will be our last stop if it stays green. We better hope it does. If there's a restart, they'll kill me. This thing won't run. Don't think that way. You pulled away before, man. You're going to win this thing. Just keep focused.
Well, that was earlier, and just as this happens, the caution comes out, and apparently it is for Mark Martin.
Left front tire down on his car.
So this will be our 4th caution.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Easy here, about 10.
Mark was 2 laps
5,
down.
4, 3, 2, 1.
They went from bad to worse.
The man who won here a year ago. This is what happened to him.
There it goes.
Mark was able to keep it off the wall. He's back out on the track, but as we said, under our 4th caution. The free pass will go to the 77 of Sam Hornish Jr. And let's go back to the 33 and that conversation that we heard.
Yeah, I don't understand. I guess he's worried about when he restarts where he might get beat, get down in turn 1. They've got a good race car, and I think their crew chief, Shane Wilson, doing right by coaching him, saying, hey, you're going to win this race. Just stay focused.
See Jeff Burton's in. Let's go to Vince Welch.
Yeah, they were concerned, the 33 Clint Boyer, just that the car doesn't seem to take off as well as he'd like on the restart. But this gives you an indication of how good it is. No changes with the car other than the 4 tires. The one car, Jamie McMurray, he's been strong all day long as well. In fact, all weekend long. He's lost his drive off a little. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment, Doc.
Denny Hamlin, tight center, loose off, half round up the track bar, half round down on the left rear. Jamie.
For the 99 track bar up, a half-round air pressure adjustment. 4 tires race off pit road. Clint Boyer just gets edged out. Actually, they have him number 1 there, guys. It was too close to call.
Boyer gets it on the Longhorn Steakhouse race off pit road. Tony Stewart picks up 2. Jamie McMurray loses 3.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson lost a couple.
Well, sure looked like Tony Stewart was going to beat Clint Boyer out of there. I hope he didn't speed in that last little segment to get the lead.
Well, these guys are sort of discussing it amongst themselves maybe about who got it. This is how close it was.
Wow. That's hard to call right there.
Electronic time.
Yeah, right there it is. Yeah.
The electronic timing and scoring said it was Clint. He was just that close. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, it is Boyer, Stewart, Edwards, Hamlin, and Gordon. That's your top 5. McMurray is your first non-chaser in 6th. And look at Boyer. He's worried about not being able to have enough grunt on the restart, but he's still up front.
Yeah. How about Jeff Gordon up here in the top 5 finally today? He worked hard on the car. Kurt Busch going to make it 3 wide off of 2.
Tony Stewart's got the lead going in 3. Going to clear Clint Boyer.
Yep, Tony Stewart is going to take over that top spot. He led 24 laps early in this race, but all of a sudden, Boyer comes back on him. They get into each other.
It's going to give Carl Edwards a good run at him.
Carl takes a look down the left side. You heard the call from up top. Yes, to give him some room.
There's Denny Hamlin in the mix now.
Then Jeff Burton, then Kurt Busch, and Jeff Gordon. Ryan Newman has got himself up to the 8th spot. Oh, whoa, look out, getting sideways. Hamlin's turn.
About Rick behind us, hey Rick.
And Hamlin somehow does not get hit.
He doesn't get hit. He's not going to be happy, but he can be happy by the fact that that was in front of the entire field and he didn't get hit.
It's a miracle he didn't get a ton of damage from that.
But he's not going to be happy with Carl Edwards right there.
He was 4th at the time of the incident.
Can't hold his line, can he? Dude.
Well, let's go back. Here it is.
And it's just one of the things of racing here at New Hampshire. We've talked about it. You see Carl Edwards just slipped up a little bit. Got into him once. Looked like he might be able to stay off of him. Kurt Busch slides by there. Here comes Brad Keselowski. Does a good job of slowing down and missing.
A little contact there, Joey Logano.
He got a little in the left front of Matt Kenseth a little bit there.
Another angle.
So once again, there's just no banking there. See Carl just a little bit loose, had to chase his car up. Then there was that second time that he got into him. Really created a big problem for Denny Hamlin.
So Denny, who took over the top seed with the win last week at Richmond. Let's go on board with Carl.
Inside.
With that second bump. Well, I don't know. He had to make a pit stop there. He got tires and everything. He could possibly stretch it and make it if we go green from here. I'm not sure we're going to make it green, though. These guys are racing awfully hard.
Down into the corner, trying to make it 3 wide, potentially. Kurt Busch down low.
It does look like Clint's got a little problem getting going right off the start there.
He's hanged all the way down through there.
Jeff Gordon in 3rd. Right behind is Jeff Burton. Then Ryan Newman, the first of the non-chasers. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will let you know is back up into the top 10. He's worked his way back to 9th. Now there is Denny Hamlin. And boy, he has got a long way to go, although he has picked up 1 spot so far.
That's he's got 3 wide right in front of him.
That's his biggest problem that's facing him is all this traffic, and a wreck happening in front of him could really cause him some problems.
Look at Boyer. He's got his hands full on the right side of the screen with Jeff Gordon. He got a little loose. Gordon's right on his back bumper. Now he's going to come to the inside. This is for 2nd place.
Wow, remember when Jeff Gordon was talking about he couldn't drive his car? They took a rubber out and all this. Now he's running 2nd, trying to chase down Tony Stewart.
Here comes Jeff Burton taking a peek. Also, Kurt Busch is right underneath the 31. Meanwhile, Tony Stewart trying to open up a little bit of ground. Here comes Kurt again.
Have to stay off of him here. Does a nice job.
They each give each other room, but they're still side by side. That was the 31.
Didn't give him much room there.
No, he didn't. Jeff didn't give him enough room.
Going around, and is he going to make it?
Right here.
Kyle Busch is spun just in front of him.
Jimmy has turned as well. Kyle Busch.
Caution's out, bud. Watch the chaos in front of you here.
Chaos is a good word for it. And Kyle is not happy.
Yeah, I think somebody might have got into the left rear. As you can see, a lot of damage there. I think that they got into Kyle as he slowed down to avoid that.
And Kurt's not going to be thrilled either. This is going to get interesting.
Yeah, Jeff Burton was really pinching. He did it 2-car down.
He actually did it in 3 and 4 the lap before that, or the corner before. It looks like he just didn't give Kurt enough room.
Yeah, and that's your prerogative as you try to protect that position, but you have to know that you're also taking a chance of making that guy loose and him getting up and spinning you.
Here we go.
Down into turn 1 here. See, Kurt gets in there pretty hard, but he's down pretty far. See, Jeff comes down just a little bit. That creates a little bit of contact.
There's not much Kurt can do right there.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Johnson got into the 18, and that sent both of them spinning.
Still, it amazes me how well these guys can handle those cars in those situations and stay out of these, big wrecks.
Yeah, this could have been a multi-car chaos. And there you can see. You're right.
Synchronized.
I mean, look at all that.
Look at it.
Quick reaction time.
See, Carl Edwards just sneaked through there. Harvick almost gets into Edwards as he
and there's-
comes back up.
Looks like Casey Kane got in the back of Kyle just a little bit.
That's how Kyle got more damage on the rear.
See, down there where Kurt Busch went in, that's not where the 2 degrees start. There's not even 2 degrees of banking there. You have to be extremely careful, and then the guy pulls down just a little bit, takes all the air away.
I see a lot of, thought maybe something coming out of Jimmy's car there.
On board with Kyle.
Right with you, sniffing the bottom. He's there inside.
Yep.
Go low.
Now watch. Here's from Carl.
Low. Green is still out. Keep racing. Stay low. Watch him come back. Just stay
Misses
low.
1. He misses 2.
A lot of smoke. Stay low. Here you go. Outside is covered. Yellow's out. You okay?
And we're going to follow Jimmy here. As you can see, he's down inside, but Kyle has to go down to try to miss it. He sees it happening, and that gets Jimmy into him, or they just come together. You can't say that was anybody's fault there between those two.
How about from on board with Dale Jr.?
We'll get a good view here. See Jimmy go to the inside.
Low, go low, 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 low,
Kyle
low,
sees his
low,
brother
low,
spin.
go
He's
low.
trying to miss
High,
that.
high, 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 high. All clear. Good job.
If you can follow all of that, good luck.
We went from low, low, low to high, high, high.
That's good hard racing. Loudon, New Hampshire.
The pits are open. We're going to see who is going to come. And the 24, Jeff Gordon, is coming. So is the 88 of Earnhardt. Newman.
like
Tony Stewart stayed out. Boyer stayed out. Burton stayed out. Carl Edwards did come in. So did Denny Hamlin. So he decided to come in.
Here about 2 tires.
Most of them taking gas only. You see a couple of 2 tires stops on these cars. There's 2 tires on the 18. He might need 4 though. He was in the wreck.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin with fuel only.
There's the work on the 48 as they're trying to knock that fender out.
Get the fender braces too, Mike. Make sure we're not going
At
to have
this
a problem
point,
there.
they'll get 4 tires because everyone else has left pit road.
So Jimmy is going to restart this race. Probably about 22nd or 23rd position. There is Kurt Busch going back out on the track.
Get it good and full. Full, 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 full. All right, let's go.
Still checking everything, and they're sending him. And Rudeman, McMurray, and Hornish Jr. and Logano, non-chasers through 7th. And good restart for Tony Stewart. All right, let's talk a little bit about strategy here, because, Andy, you think the first 3 may have hung themselves out here.
Yeah, they may have, because if we don't, well, obviously if we don't get a caution, they're going to have to pit. But even if they do get one here, 20, 25 laps, they'll have to pit, and the other cars I don't think will come in. I think they'll be stuck behind them.
Yeah, we're not through wrecking yet, though. So
Well, that's true.
They're still trying to wreck all 4.
Hang on, because there is Jimmy Johnson trying to work his way back up. He's up to 21st position. Let's get an update from Vince Welch down on pit road.
Well, it's interesting, guys. Just mentioned that they're not through wrecking yet. Well, that's what the 14 car is betting on. Darian Grubb and Tony Stewart were discussing whether or not to come on that last yellow, and Darian said, I think there's going to be more yellows. Let's stay out. As far as the 33, Clint Boyer, kind of in a similar boat because they don't have enough fuel to make it to the end. So there's a lot of teams hoping for more yellows because they got to stretch their fuel to the end.
Well, the last 2 incidents, we've had 6 chase contenders involved in those 2. So it could get very, very dicey as we continue to wind those laps down.
and 4 other chasers happened to miss those 6 that were spinning. So.
Man, look at Jimmy Johnson. He was down almost in the grass last lap in 3 and 4, trying to get by this 43, and I can't remember who else he was racing there, but
that's a battle for
3 wide. He's getting ready to make it again.
And here
See him
comes
on the apron.
That is all for position too, because remember Kurt Busch is back there. So is Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski. That is from 18th on back. On the right side of your screen, Boyer and Burton going side by side. And that is for second.
Well, Boyer's car is nowhere near as good as it was earlier in the race. I don't know what happened, whether this set of tires is just not agreeing with his setup or what, but Burton gets the second spot.
Here comes Jamie McMurray, who had a fast race car, had to serve a penalty. He's got himself back up here in the mix, though. Speaking of a mix, look at Carl Edwards 3 wide.
I thought he was going to drive down pit road.
That's Matt Kenseth on the high side. Then the 12 of Keselowski. And Kurt Busch is tucked up right under the wall, and Keselowski gets into the 17 of Kenseth. And Kenseth is going to tag the wall. 7th caution is out.
Goes out.
Yeah, that had the makings
The left
of
side's wrecked pretty hard.
nothing good happening.
He's got damage to the left front.
Okay, bring it to us and let's see if we can pull it out.
The left rear. And for Matt Kenseth.
It's a little worse than that, Jimmy. I can't see the spoiler anymore, so I'll drive by you one time. The tires aren't flying. I'll come down next time.
Okay, now what are these top 3 going to do this time?
I don't know. See right here.
And now in our
I don't think the 99 got into the 12. I think the 12 just got in there maybe a little hot and got up into the 17.
He's the 7th chase contender involved in incidents in the last 3 cautions, and this one the most severe.
You see right here as they get down in. Yeah, you can see Brad Keselowski in the 12 just have to chase his car up the racetrack a little bit, right into the left rear of Matt Kenseth.
4 non-chasers in the top 10. In fact, make it 5. But up front, it is Stewart, Burton, and Boyer, your top 3.
Oh, boy, you really spun the tires right there. He held that inside line up quite a bit.
It's going to cost him, too. Jeff Gordon's gotten around. Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's one of those 4 non-chasers in this top 10 mix.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin up on the outside trying to make something happen, but here comes Jamie McMurray. Trying to take the lead.
He wants the lead. Burton's right there behind Tony Stewart. Remember, these guys have not pitted. Stewart, Burton. Now, we should tell you, look at this. 3 wide as we head down towards turn number 1. Who's going to give? Carl Edwards tucks in underneath the 39. Jimmy Johnson back in that mix as well as he's trying to get back up towards the front. Denny Hamlin, he keeps marching forward. Hamlin is up to the 10th position. Further back, Biffle. You saw him side by side for a moment. There he is trying to get up to the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya.
I think Carl Edwards might have a little damage in the front end of his car. He's having to use the apron to get his car turned here.
Kyle Busch on the high side. Let's go side by side with Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer. And this is the furthest back Boyer's been all day. He is running right now in a battle for 4th. Vince?
Yeah, on the 33, you guys have speculated this may be the worst his car's been all day, and he just says it is so loose. They're trying to hang on to it. They have been the best on the long runs, and Clint has not liked his car at all on the short runs. And, of course, we keep getting short runs because of the frequency of the cautions. So they're hoping this thing stays green as long as they can. That's where he's been the best so far today.
Well, and you mentioned stay caution free. Got bad news because there's been a caution within the last 50 laps in 11 of the last 13 events here, and we've got 60 to go, so the odds are we are going to have at least one more. On the left side of your screen, you see Jimmy Johnson. Boy, he has got himself a handful right there, as you've got Casey Kane in front of him, Elliott Sadler as well. He's running 23rd, and this would drop him back to 8th in the points if he cannot recover.
Oh, trouble.
Trouble, and Joey Logano's into the wall. Between turns 1 and 2, Elliott Sadler gets turned around as well.
Back up if we can.
We are under our 8th caution with 59 to go. A lot of damage on that 20. Logano was running 18th at the time.
Okay, now what do these leaders do that have not made that last pit stop?
Bring it to pit road first. The garage is a long ways away from our pit box. They can at least get a plan while they're running. Just bring it to pit road to the pit box first.
See what happened here. See that Kurt Busch gets loose once again.
Same spot.
One. Unfortunately, Joey Logano was there to take that. You see Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy's been around every one of these things. Look at that.
He got into Elliott Sadler there, but that's just trying to avoid everything that's happening.
Get another view from down low. Contact for the 20.
Wow.
We are back to green flag racing with McMurray, Stewart, Burton, Boyer, and Jeff Gordon, your top 5.
Boyer got a lot better restart that time.
Oh, look at Hornish down on the apron. Trying to make it 3 wide, and somehow he holds on to it.
Tony Stewart trying to stay in here on the inside of Jamie McMurray. He wants this lead back.
Hornish running 9th right now. Remember, he was a lap down at one point. One of the non-chasers that is in this mix. We have 3 of them in the top 10 right now. Whoa, Jamie got close to the wall. Remember we were worried about Kevin Harvick?
Yeah.
Look back in that 7th position. You'll see him right there behind the
Stewart got the lead.
Yes, here we go. Down the back straightaway. Tony Stewart wants it. He's got the inside line as they go for 3.
And Jamie drives back up on the outside. Stewart drove it really hard into turn 3.
He still may be able to clear him, and yes, he does. So we'll have our 20th lead change today between 8 different drivers. And right behind him, you can see also side by side, here comes Carl Edwards on Sam Hornish.
These guys doing serious racing right here. I didn't know you could go this 3 wide this many times without hitting something around this racetrack.
Notice Allmendinger right behind the 99. Remember, he was a lap down at one point after having run out of fuel. What a great comeback for the 43 team. And here's Kurt Busch. He's been doing more pirouettes than a ballet dancer today, and he's trying to fight his way back. He's up to 15th. What is that hanging from the 43?
It's like just a piece of maybe the bumper. A little bit of the maybe
Carl a little loose right there.
Almost got into the 39, and look, man. Allmendinger goes down on the apron. These guys are using every inch of this track. We've got 51 laps to go. All right, let's go back to the race lead. Let's check in on Tony Stewart, and there you see the gap between Bowyer at 1.1 seconds behind, and let's check in with Vince Welch.
Guys, the 33, Clint Bowyer, they believe that they're short on fuel. At one point, they're encouraging him to go get Tony, and then alternating with, hey, well, hold on, we got to save a little fuel. Clint finally came on the radio, and he said, hey, I can't do both. I can't catch him and save fuel both. So here's the strategy they're talking about on the radio.
That was really good off that corner. If he coasts it further, do that again. If you're still on a fuel mode there, too. That's good.
48 out the back. I would run as fast as you can to maintain second place, and we'll hope that he runs out.
Riding for second and hoping the leader runs out. That can't be a comfortable feeling. DJ, as a driver, how difficult is it to just kind of sit back there and hope that the other guy has a problem?
Yeah, that's no fun, especially you're sitting in second place. You're depending on somebody else to run out when you know you have a fast race car. So, yeah, it's at some point in time you push that button and say, okay, guys, which do you want me to do? You want me to catch him or sit here and wait and see if he runs out? Which would be a great day for them also.
Well, here's the thing to remember. Stewart, Bowyer, and Burton, first, second, and fourth, all pitted last on lap 208. McMurray pitted at lap 217.
Well, this is kind of what I said at the beginning of the show. I said something about not taking a chance on, trying to get a win. If Clint Bowyer had pitted with those other cars, he would have gotten a solid day out of it. Now he's rolling the dice to try to get a win, or if it doesn't work for him, it's going to be ugly. He'll be back in the 20s.
There's the margin between first and second, and that is 1.1 seconds on the track.
Here's one problem they have, though. If they slow down, they've got Denny Hamlin, who's got the fastest car on the track, right in their mirror, so they can't afford really to slow up.
No.
They got to roll their dice here and just see what happens.
Yeah, Denny's not going to catch him unless they have a fuel issue, but Denny has been about 2 to 3 tenths quicker per lap.
But it does keep him honest on the fuel.
Yes,
He's not allowing them to save any fuel.
He is 2.7 seconds behind as we have 5 laps remaining here in the first race for the chase. And there is the fuel window, and it is awfully thin for first and second.
Yeah, Tony, Clint, don't look at that.
Yeah. And sometimes as a driver, you find that as you try to back off a little bit, let your car roll, your lap times don't slow down, but you're actually saving fuel by letting your car roll a little bit more. So Tony Stewart's really good at that. Here we go. AJ back trying to get back on again.
Going for that 13th spot that Carl Edwards has, and Carl's still trying to hang on to it.
Carl's not going to give it to him. He's going to fight hard. He's only got a few laps to hold him off.
Every point is important. Carl right now would be in 10th in the chase if he can hold on to that 13th position. Big question right now, though, is what's going to happen up front. Let's go split screen. Right side, there's your race leader. 3 laps to go for Tony Stewart. His margin is now 1.1 second over Clint Bowyer and 2.3 seconds over Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, Denny is a solid quarter of a second faster per lap.
But if Tony and Clint had your Impala that you have at home driving around the streets, they could probably make this and stretch it. But they've got almost 900 horsepower to deal with here. That
hard to control that.
Takes a lot of fuel to make it go, but 2 more laps.
2. miles remaining here at New Hampshire.
All right, what are you looking at, Dale? You could drive into. Are you watching the fuel pressure all the way around?
Well, we see Junior going by Jeff Burton here. Yeah, you're looking at that. Yeah, you have to pay attention.
Dave, what are you hearing?
Running out. That's what Jeff Burton just reported.
Uh-oh.
Burton last pitted on lap 208. That's when our first and second place cars also pitted. They're going to have to go. And Tony Stewart's out of fuel.
Just ran out.
It's Clint Boyer's race now. Can he
make it back?
He has to go one more mile.
And he's got Denny Hamlin in his mirror.
Hamlin is trying to close. It is going to be this close. Does he have enough fuel? Boyer can pick up the win. He's led the most laps today, 176. He's got to get through 3 and 4.
He's got to get through good, too, because that 11 car's there.
It's called the Magic Mile. Who has the magic wand today?
Mash the gas.
The name is Clint Boyer, and he's your winner.
Come on, baby.
Oh, my goodness, what a finish.
Wow.
He's trying to coast across the line. Tony is to try to finish. It's not going to really matter in where he does finish. It was matter on the lap count that goes beside his name.
You never quit. This is how you're going to win a championship. You never quit.
Both of these cars pitted on lap 208. One gets to do a burnout, the other coasts across the finish.